Bischoff told Austin, "You're fired," and Goldberg told The Rock, "You're next." Welcome back to the night after WrestleMania 19. It is March 31st, 2003. Austin getting fired. We've got a great tag team title match. We have got The Rock Appreciation Night with a debut for Big Bill. We've got some other great stuff. Triple H against the Hurricane. Right? We've got Kane and Rob Van Dam. What a night after WrestleMania it was.
What more do you want? Hurricane on a push you like. Stand back.
There's a hurricane coming through. You got Crack Addict, a 3-minute hype. I mean, imagine you missed Mania and you watched these 3 minutes. You're like, fuck Raw.
I'm watching Mania.
I need the £50 push straight into Sky box office.
Pay-per-view, take my money.
Yeah, and then it cuts through that. The Rock's there. He's screaming at the makeup guy, "Stop trying to fix The Rock's face. Tonight, Seattle, it's Rock Appreciation Night." Then you've got the Raw intro, and it's the blood's pumping. You're fucking hyped, and then Austin's music hits. You're about to have a heart attack. That's how good it is.
It's great. You can't ask for much more. Like, you really can't.
I like the fact that Austin came out here and he's like, you know what, I've always been honest since I came in here. Rock was better last night, but you know what, fuck last night. It's all about tonight. I want The Rock's ass tonight.
Yeah, but before we get to The Rock's ass or anybody's ass, let's see the Heat tapings.
Yeah, because
they kicked ass as well.
Who cares about what Austin said? It's all about Tommy Dreamer.
Well, we all know that Jim Ross is a fan of John Wayne. I mean, I don't know if he was on Heat, but if he was, he would have got to call Buddy Wayne. Because Buddy Wayne beat Tim Flowers. Just sounds like two names I'd expect to see from 80s wrestling.
Aye, I mean, Tim Flowers sounds like a florist.
Do you not think these sound like two guys in the 80s?
It sounds like two guys that shouldn't have made it out the 80s, but did.
Rodney Mack defeated Spike Dudley, so we get Rodney Mack defeating another white boy. Good to see there. Trish Stratus defeated Ivory, women's title on the line, and Christian defeated Tommy Dreamer. So Christian didn't have a spot on the WrestleMania card, neither did Tommy Dreamer, but he did have a spot on Monday Night Heat.
He did have a spot on Monday Night Heat, but Bischoff, back to Austin, interrupts Austin, comes out, he's like, "You're a vengeful bastard, and you want to do more than just shake The Rock's hand." The Austin's like, "Yeah." He obviously wants to batter The Rock,
I want to kick The Rock's ass.
Bischoff points out that you spent the night before WrestleMania in the hospital. You were doing energy drinks, your neck's fucked, it's all screwed up. He starts whipping out vertebrae this, vertebrae that. I mean, we're not doctors, right? But you can pretty much tell for this is Austin's fucked. Now, Austin did actually spend the night in the hospital, and guess what, troops? His neck is humped. I like the fact they incorporate this into a storyline.
I like the fact they incorporate it into a storyline as well, but it almost feels like they're trying to protect Austin. You lost to The Rock, but would you have lost if you were fresh? If you're 100% healthy?
Kind of. I guess their hands are tied. Like, they need to address the fact that that was Austin's last match, but at the same time try and pretend that he wants to keep on going, but Bischoff's not allowing it. So all the heat gets transferred away from Austin. I don't, even though no one's really going to be angry at Austin if he just came out here and said, "Here, that's me done, guys. My neck's done, and my balls burst, and I'm taking it home." Like Edge in 2011, it's not like the fans booed the shit out of him for it, right? But if you can transfer the heat onto Bischoff like they did here, it's much better than just him retiring.
Yeah, but I feel like back here, kayfabe was alive and they told stories, and like see by the time Edge's neck was humped, I feel like wrestling was I think wrestling was dying, wasn't it?
Yeah, and also
realistically, no, but they couldn't see with Edge. I mean, see with Edge, they could have had somebody. I mean, they wanted Christian to be a big heel. Could have had Christian turn on Edge and like break his neck or something, take him out, concerto.
Aye.
You know, they could have played it. They could have played some sort of storyline into Edge's neck injuries, but
you're right.
They decided just to have Edge. You know,
I mean, that's what they did in '99. I mean, they run Austin over. Iconic moment. There's no excuse why they couldn't have done that. And here,
it's because wrestling's dead now, real in 2024, and it has been for a very long time. Kayfabe's dead. Stories don't exist. It's all make believe now. The cat's at the bag. We know that there's nobody really keeping character. It's just, let's have matches. We're working together here.
I'll actually give fair play to Cody Rhodes, right? That Hell in a Cell match a few years ago, his arm was fucked and he worked through it, right? But it's like, see, in the past, they would have created some storyline for someone to write him off and take his place in the match or something. But instead, they actually made him work through it and injure himself even more, which I think is ridiculous looking back.
Yeah.
There's no beef with Cody Rhodes on that. I think that's just the company and the lack of creativity. But yeah, Bischoff, all the heat on him. Austin's kind of says, like, "You can't fire me." Bischoff's like, "Well, I just did. There's a FedEx copy heading to your house in Victoria, Texas. You're done. You're a liability. Fuck you."
Not the first time Austin's had a FedEx Austin wants Bischoff to say it to his face, but Bischoff's like, no, I'm alright. I can tell you up here. Don't worry. I can hear you from the stage.
I'm not getting into the ring. But here, I mean, a very good way to kick off Monday Night Raw. And then you get Triple H against the Hurricane. Now, I've got a bone to pick with Online World of Wrestling, right? Triple H eventually wins, in brackets, big shocker. Fuck Online World of Wrestling, right? What Triple H and Ric Flair sold their ass off here for the Hurricane.
I know. What more do they want?
Like,
seriously?
No, like, seriously. Like, what? See this hatred for Triple H? Let's transfer it to 2024. Because see this reign of terror? Let's be honest, right? He always won due to outside interference. Yeah, the match against Booker T, I still think it was a bit long on the pedigree, but there was a lot of selling involved. It's like, yeah, Triple H beat people, but did he outright fucking bury them? No.
No, and he didn't even bury the Hurricane here. Hurricane got a lot of offense in. Hurricane gave some kid his mask. Ric Flair took the mask off the kid and was stomping it.
It was great.
So, Ric Flair there being a heel. Hurricane getting a few shots on Flair. Hurricane getting a few near falls. And it was a good match for how long it lasted. About 6-minute match, back and forth. In the end, Triple H wins with the pedigree. I don't know what people were expecting, though. Triple H was always going to win. And Triple H got a win. Hurricane looked good. Good start to... I mean, Hurricane's been... for me, this is the best run of Hurricane's career, hands down. People always go, oh, Gregory Helms, longest cruiserweight. I mean, who cares?
No, I know.
Who cares about holding the cruiserweight title for about a year? Hurricane at this point was literally mixing it up, tag teaming with Kane and then feuding solo with Triple H and Rock.
No, I know, absolutely. I mean, that's what you're going to remember Hurricane for. All this funny stuff. Even during the invasion, he did funny stuff. See the 2006 Gregory Helms run? I can't remember one moment apart from like the 6-pack challenge at Rumble 06, which I don't remember the match. I remember the match, but not the match itself, if that makes sense. Anyway, Kane and RVD are backstage, right? Kane's like, right, but let's go our separate ways. Rob Van Dam's like, no, we got another title shot, but the only stipulation is if we lose, we have to join the Bischoff Corporation. Kane's like, I can't believe you'd go and do that. He walks off and goes, but we're not going to lose. We're going to win. Rob Van Dam.
Kane's upset. RVD doesn't understand why.
He doesn't understand why, but Scott Steiner knows why. What's about to happen? Christopher Nowinski. Basically, Scott Steiner battering the fuck out of Christopher Nowinski.
Christopher Nowinski doesn't know what Scott Steiner is capable of, and he comes out with a plastic mask. He says, I know I look funny wearing a mask, but all you guys look funny without wearing a mask. And he then asks Scott Steiner, take it easy on the face. Scott Steiner does not take it easy on the face. At one point, hits an overhead belly to belly, and it looked like he almost dropped Scott. He dropped Nowinski on his face. So, Steiner just beats the crap out of Nowinski, puts him in the Steiner recliner. Nowinski taps. Big win for Big Scott.
It was a big win for Big Scott, and I'm looking forward to this feud. The wee war debates going forward. That should be good. Austin's backstage up next. Terry then asks him if it was true. Austin's like, yes, it is true. My neck's done. I'm fired, so it doesn't matter. She kind of like cries, and then Austin walks off. So we had that. We then had the Rock appreciation moment. We got a recap of the Rock concert. Fun fact, guys, when we reviewed the Raw last week, they actually cut most of the Rock concert. We were left feeling shortchanged, so maybe that Raw rating needs boosted up a bit.
Yeah, I feel bad, but the network literally cut it off. I don't know if it's because of copyright songs or whatnot, but
I can't help but feel Netflix is going to be a million times worse as well.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I think
one would think they'll literally just copy and paste the network onto Netflix, but something tells me that Netflix are going to be a bit more like, like they're going to be way more checks, for example.
I mean, could we see some stuff getting... I mean, Netflix is very, very woke. I mean, could we see some of the promos and stuff like that just getting completely, scrapped?
I'd say so. And it'll be a real shame, like, and once you're watching... I mean, see, like, the really controversial segments, right, in wrestling, I don't think they're not like massive, like, they never really tended to be at the top. Like, it's not like the main event feuds really had them up there, but they still had massive parts of the show. And see, when you're taking out like a third of a show, it fucking affects it. Like, they took out the whole DX impersonating the Nation, and I can guarantee that was one of the best things about that show in '98.
Well, definitely.
And that's going to have an effect, but it is what it is. But yeah, backstage we've got the Dudley Boys with Chief Morley and Lance Storm. It's announced here it's going to be a triple threat elimination tag team match. The Dudleys have got to do the job.
They're not in it to win it. They're in it just to help Morley and Lance Storm beat Kane and RVD. Then they're going to lay down Devon doesn't like it. He thinks this makes them slaves. Bubba, though, can't quite understand.
No, Bubba doesn't quite understand, but
Funny, it's the black guy who
I understand slavery.
Yeah, we then get Booker T, Ric Flair backstage. Booker T's got his knee wrapped up. Ric Flair comes in and taunts him. Booker T beats him up and says, yeah, if I never stick your nose. It's a big fucking nose. But not as big as Triple H's in my business again. Then we get Maven versus Rosie with Rico.
Awful.
Yeah, this was just really, really bad here. Maven gets the win with a schoolboy pinfall, but like the last minute of this match, like every little move fucked up big time. And I wouldn't be surprised if the last time we see 3-minute warning.
I think it'll be the last time we see Rosie. Yo, Rosie's obviously dead, R.I.P. But it's just like one of those things again in wrestling where it's like, see when someone dies, like they just automatically get overrated. Like, see this guy compared to Roman Reigns in the ring, he's fucking nowhere near him.
Well, who's suggesting that he is? Like,
well, no, but that's the thing. Like, you hear hype packages like, oh, Roman Reigns' older brother Rosie, what a great worker he was. He just wasn't. Like, their sloppy style worked when they were battering 80-year-olds, and 80-year-olds didn't know how to sell for them. But see this match against Maven, man, you're right. Like, every second move was just a botch.
See, looking at how bad Rosie was it safe? Fucking letting him do moves to Mae Young?
No. I mean, at least when Bubba Ray's doing I mean, you would rather take a powerbomb off the stage from Bubba Ray through like 10 tables than do any move for Rosie.
100%. We'll see people trust Bubba Ray. I don't know, just looking at Rosie. Is what it is. We then got Jerry the King Lawler. He was doing a celebrity photographer, Playboy photo shoot. So, we got Online World of Wrestling. They're saying, fucking stop mixing my wrestling with porn. I mean, that's Jerry. That's not fucking porn, man. It's some photographs with someone in a bikini like that. That's not straight up porn. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. It's Jerry Lawler. That's his gimmick. It is what it is.
Yeah, that is his gimmick, right? And see a woman doing a bikini shoot. Like, what's the difference between that and what like Steiner and Triple H did at the start of the year? Pose downs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
I think just some people are fucking borderline gay.
The WWE.
This is done for comedy, and if you can't accept it, then move on. Yo, is Jerry Lawler a bit pervy? Absolutely. I don't think anyone on the fucking planet's going to deny that. But if you're watching this, it's like, it advances. They've obviously got some form of deal with Playboy. It advances like storylines with Tori Wilson and like Niddy as well on SmackDown. And it makes total sense for Jerry Lawler to be the guy doing this.
Yeah, and it's like, has this guy never watched a movie that he enjoys and it's had like a romantic scene in it or something like that? Fucking loser.
No, I know. It's pathetic.
Oh, what's that, man? Fucking Reese and
Sarah Connor
have... Oh, man, Terminator 1 shite. They had sex. Don't be mixing that with my great, sci-fi thriller movies. Oh, no. Like, I mean, what a tool. Seriously, man. Arsehole. Anyway, up next we have Jericho and Booker T. Jericho comes out and talks about having one of the best matches of his career. He thanks HBK, but he says HBK should be thanking him since he brought the best of HBK and he outperformed Michaels last night and he deserved to win. Jericho says he's going to take his frustrations out on Booker T tonight. Then Booker T comes out. We get Jericho versus Booker T. Match was alright. Didn't last that long though because Triple H came down. He put Booker T in the Indian Deathlock. Shawn Michaels came down to make the save. It was 3-on-2 though, and in the end, Flair and Jericho beat up Michaels and Booker T. 3-on-2. It's probably always going to happen. I was kind of expecting to see a Goldust run in here, maybe even up the odds at 3-3, but we didn't get Goldust. Although we did get Goldust later in the show, and I tell you what, it was probably one of the best moments, if not the best moment. So
it probably was. It could have topped Goldberg's debut. Who's better, Goldust or Goldberg?
Oh,
you're next.
Up next, though, we got Stevie Richards taking on Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy came out with the face paint on. By the end of it, it was
paint the town blue.
Yep. So is what it is. So Stevie Richards loses, and then we have Jeff and Trish. They're sharing a special moment, giving each other puppy dog eyes. And then again, Online World of Wrestling, the editor says Jeff Hardy is so gay he can't even make a Trish infatuation look real. I mean, who's this guy calling Jeff Hardy gay? I bet you Jeff Hardy's had more female interest in one night than this guy's had his entire life.
But the funny thing is about this is because this guy probably views Trish as like a great worker, which I think Trish is a good worker. But because she's a good worker, it's alright for her to do something sexual. But the thing earlier with Jerry Lawler's porn, but this is wrestling. Fucking make your mind up, man. See people like that, they flip-flop back and forth. Alright, maybe Jeff Hardy's just fucking too drugged out his head at this point.
I don't think this guy thinks Trish is a good worker. I just think he's taking a dig here at Jeff Hardy.
Well, Jeff Hardy... Here, Jeff Hardy... You know Jeff Hardy's against next week? The Rock. Can The Rock get a good match out of Jeff Hardy?
We'll find
The
out.
Rock's last ever televised match. How mad's that?
We'll find out, but I mean, Jeff Hardy, it must probably... I'd say Jeff Hardy must be one of the most popular male wrestlers of all time with the women.
Oh, absolutely, 110%.
So, I mean, to call him gay, I don't agree with that. We then see Austin in the parking lot. Austin shakes hands with a lot of the Raw crew members. They bid him farewell, and we just see Austin walk up the ramp into darkness, and it's kind of sad.
It's not, this actually is sad, because obviously hindsight's a great thing. Like, this is Austin's last hurrah. This is his, like, last walk out of an arena as a competitor in my eyes.
It is. We then get Test and Stacey Keibler backstage. Test is on the phone. Test is complimenting the person on their spread. Stacey then walks in. She asks Test, who are you talking to? And Test gets defensive. I wasn't talking to anyone. Nobody. Goldust is just standing in the back. I thought when Test was mentioning spread, Goldust was just going to turn around and look at him, but that didn't happen.
No, he didn't.
Test then tries to get...
Mine.
Test tries to get Goldust to back him up, and Goldust is like, yeah, no, Stacey, Test wasn't talking to... He wasn't talking to it. He was talking to Tori Wilson on the phone. Playboy. And Goldust then spazzes out, tells Stacey the truth here, and Test is looking at him like, thanks for nothing. Just great comedy, Goldust.
Whoever's written this is... They've done it to perfection.
Yeah.
He hits it at the park every week, and something this simple can add a few points to your rating. So, Triple H, son.
I've always said Goldust was the best member of the Rhodes family, and I'm not going to change my mind on that.
Even his Black Rain, man, when he had the rat in the cage, that's fucking better than Cody Rhodes has ever done.
That rat's got more fucking importance than the world title Cody carries around. We then get The Rock backstage. He's talking to the crew members that are looking sad because Austin left. And he says, don't be looking sad, be happy. Tonight is Rock Appreciation Night. And he promises pie all night long, but for The Rock, for none of these guys. So, they ain't getting any. We then get the triple elimination tag team match. Chief Morley versus the Dudleys versus RVD and Kane. Bubba Ray tries to save Morley, and this ends up costing them, so they get eliminated. Then RVD and Kane manage to take down Storm and Chief Morley. Kane hits a choke slam, RVD hits a frog splash. New champs, RVD and Kane. I mean, it's nice that they're getting this match here on Raw, main event match on Raw. Bit strange though that they went on the WrestleMania. I feel like Kane and RVD were too good, like in 2003, not to be on the Mania card.
Oh, absolutely. Totally. I think this feud was too good not to be on the Mania card. Or 6 men, to be honest. Seeing you look at the SmackDown 6 that were on the tag team. How was this? This match should have been on the one on Mania.
Yeah, I think this match was way more worthy.
Got much better storyline, and it also had the comeuppance of new champions. I thought it was a great match.
Yeah, it was way better than that match that we got at Mania. A lot more deserving, and just bigger. I mean, I would argue bigger stars, man.
I guess way bigger stars. I mean, Kane and RVD were challenging for the world title not too long ago.
True. We then get Bischoff backstage. Bischoff says if we thought Austin's firing was shocking, stay tuned for something bigger tonight. Can we really get something bigger than Austin being fired? I do not know, but Bischoff says the ink on this contract isn't even dry yet, and that can only mean one person. It's time for Rock Appreciation Night, though. Rock comes out, they're chanting, you suck, and The Rock says he thinks it absolutely sucks that Austin was fired. Rock says he got a lot of love and respect for Austin, but he didn't want it to go that way, but it did. Rock bottom 3 times, 1, 2, 3, Austin's gone. And The Rock says finally it's, great to come back to Seattle. But he says, what does he say again? Something.
He basically buries Seattle and he says it's great to come back to To the Rock appreciation.
See all you jabronis or something.
I see all you jabronis in Seattle. But I mean, as for Bischoff previously, it's like seeing this when they hype something. Oh, you're going to get something bigger tonight than Austin getting fired. They fucking always normally delivered, didn't they? Or at least on par. Seeing they promise stuff like this today, it's shit.
Yeah, Rock says he's done though. He's done everything he wanted to do. He's beat everybody.
He's only 30. And by the way, even guys are getting into wrestling now at like 44.
Yeah. He names everybody apart from Brock Lesnar. So he hasn't beat Brock Lesnar. He hasn't got the rematch against Brock, but maybe he doesn't want to do that. He says he's going to leave and the fans don't appreciate him so they can kiss the people's ass. But then Goldberg arrives down. Harley Davidson leather jacket. Just seems like something he would have wore on WCW Nitro. Goldberg gets in the ring. He circles the Rock around. The crowd are chanting Goldberg. Goldberg then asks if the Rock wants to know who's next, and Goldberg tells the Rock that he's next. And then Goldberg hits a spear on the Rock. Honestly, I think due to the fact there wasn't a lot of distance between the two, both were standing still as well. And like the Goldberg is wearing like a heavy leather jacket and jeans. Just didn't seem like he got a lot of velocity on this.
The camera angle, I think, helped make it look a wee bit better.
I mean, the Rock sold it like he was dead. But, the Rock was like selling it as if he'd literally been torn in half, but it didn't look like a great spear.
It didn't look like a great spear. It is an iconic debut, that's for sure. You know, one of the big WCW guys coming to Titan Towers. And I tell you what, Rock Goldberg at Backlash, that's a match. That's a mega match. There's no complaints. I think Bischoff delivered on his promise here. And
I imagine that'll probably main event Backlash.
Yeah, looking at the card, I believe it has to. Well, what else would? Cena, Brock could, and then you get the 3-on-3 match from Raw. Yeah, well, rightfully so. And that's where we are going to review this show, rate it. So I'm going to give it...
That's where we're what?
Going to review this show. We've already just done that, brother. Goldberg says The Rock's next. I liked it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I thought this was a very good after.
I am giving it an 8 out of 10 as well. You got the Austin retiring stuff, Rock throughout the night, Goldust, extremely funny. Good wee opening match with Hurricane, The Rock. The tag team title match was good. The entire thing was good. Getting Bischoff throughout the night as well. Bischoff actually doing things as the GM.
I'm going to miss when Rock goes.
I am going to miss when
Rock...
This
2003 Rock run has been phenomenal.
It has been. Nothing really disappointing on this show apart from, Maven and Rosie and the Jeff and Stevie Richards stuff didn't really do anything for me, but you got to factor in that those matches literally last a couple of minutes each.
Yeah.
It's not like today where if you get a boring match, it's going to take about 15 minutes.
Yeah, like we're talking about here, 5% of the show, 10% of the show that was below par. When you look at wrestling today, it's like 99% of it's shite. 1%'s below par anyway, so...
Anyway, guys, that's it. Raw After Mania, we're giving it an 8 out of 10. Catch you in the next one. SmackDown up next.